Good morning to you all, to my dearest friends on the dais, and Mr. Ravi Gupta, and all other colleagues present here from MADA and from the industry. I want to start with a sincere apology for the delay. I was in another event which was from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. It was on new construction technology new green technology in the construction business, which was a really interesting exchange of ideas and which has tremendous potential for the real estate business, because it talks about how we can use this technology in bringing down the adverse effects of climate change. So that was an interesting one, and I have just committed that we will do a research group together in which the best practices which are shared can be now used in the construction industry in Mumbai. Now, coming back to the events of today, so I almost finished the valedictory there and rushed here to catch the Honorable Minister in time for his welcome address. So it was both the worlds. And talking about Mr. Save, I think we are really fortunate to get an opportunity to work under somebody like him, because he's not only a visionary leader who understands the business, he's someone who gives you the space to work, who delegates, and who has faith and trust in the whole team. Apart from being that, he's also a successful industrialist who understands the business acumen. So it's all rolled into one. I think, some of the best things an officer could ask for is to work under the leadership of somebody like that. I also want to extend heartiest thanks to the MADA team here, because I think this is not about any individual doing, this is about the whole team performing together. The success which MADA can claim today is this great team which we have, and each and every member of this team is fully responsible for this great success. Now, this I think is a very golden period in the real estate business, because I was in another summit a couple of days ago. So a lot of statistics were shared. One was that there is a 57% increase in sales over the last year. So that something is really good news for the government, because if real estate picks up, it naturally leads to the better GDP and better growth in the economy. But what is of concern is the affordability. When we talk about affordability, the property prices have been growing at about 9.6% over the last year. But compared to that, the growth in the per capita income is only 6.6%. So we are becoming unaffordable with every growing year. And that is where I think MADA comes in. MADA, as its role as it's a beacon of hope for affordable housing in Mumbai. MADA has sold, I think, almost about 6 to 7 lakhs of houses in the past few years, and I really want to compliment the team for introducing the most transparent integrated lottery and housing management system. Earlier, I used to be flooded with complaints once the lottery system was done. People used to throng there with some complaint or the other about how the involvement of men, the manual involvement was creating a havoc. But now that we've started this new system, the number of complaints are so minimal, and I am really sure this is only the beginning of an absolutely automated lottery system for MADA, and also which makes all of us believe and have regained faith in the entire system that MADA is talking about. And the second intervention which MADA has done, which is to be congratulated, is that earlier, while lottery was maybe an annual feature or maybe once in 2 years, now we are talking about lottery at multiple regular intervals. So this is also making the availability of houses much more. But as the Secretary of the Department, I would also want MADA to look at 3 more issues. Of course, affordability is one. Secondly, is how do we marry sustainability into this construction business? We had a presentation yesterday on Mumbai as a growth hub. This is a new vision approach by the Niti Aayog. So MMR is the region which has been chosen by Niti Aayog as a pilot project. And we are talking about 30 lakh houses by 2030 in MMR. And the largest responsibility of this is going to come on MADA's shoulders. So in that sector, if we can somehow introduce more of a green technology in our construction, I think MADA can play a very big role, not only in providing shelter, but also in combating climate change. So I think we need to look at new technologies, maybe even set up a small study group to study best practices across the world and try and use it. The third intervention which I want MADA to look at is about more of innovation. Innovation in artificial intelligence and otherwise. How do we use all this technology and make it better for the community? Why do we all talk about having a good house? You know, a shelter is not just a basic need, but having a good house, it sorts of induces one to think better. You become more productive. You want to give better education to your children. It sort of naturally progresses into better communities, which is what we all are trying for. So I think MADA has a very big responsibility in shaping the communities of today and in shaping the generations of tomorrow. I want to wish all the best to Mr. Jaiswal and his really able and competent team, and to all the stakeholders present today. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.